Hello, hello, how are you? This is Joel from IT Geek Techs or from Yomama Gaming, creating gaming from different types of platforms today. We're creating a game off of ClickTeam Fusion 2.5. You can get ClickTeam Fusion 2.5 off of Steam, and all the games that you can put out here, you can set up to Steam, and you have others try it out for you. Today we're answering an email, and the email reads, "Hello, I like these tutorials. This is from Basel Zaloom 25. He's an artist and animator from this side of the world, from Jerusalem. He's looking to learn how to make um, that automatically that the characters switch which way they're facing. Okay, so here's what we do. So this is what he saw when the characters jump on top of the others. They automatically switch around. I don't have to do anything. All I'm doing is jumping. Okay. Alrighty. So the way this is done, we're gonna go straight to the code. So this is a code that was downloaded from the internet. I can actually, if you tell me, I'll put this up for a download link. It's kind of a big file because I've been working on it some more, and it contains a lot of files. So if you want this, I can put it up for you, and it's gonna be like this version plus my version of what I've done so far. Anyway, let's see. Okay, so we're right now in the frame editor. We're going to the event editor. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to go directly to the section that does this. Okay, so the way we do it is I like to create groups. And these groups contain all the events that are happening. And I take care of the events as the groups, as per group, right? So I go down to movement, which I set up, a group called movement. And then it was set up there. Oh, one thing you want to note is that I have boxes. These are the movers for this image, because this right here, contains only combat animations, and this one here contains only moving animations, no combat. So the way to make this fluid, the way to make it work, is to have it this way, and then have a moving, which is a box, which is not gonna do anything other than to detect collision and to detect let me see, collision and direction, and pretty much everything else we're gonna paste to it, to make sure that that's what we're using. We're all using a common box, a common definition. Okay, so that we have one for player one. Okay, player one, fire mover, and evil riot mover, which is this guy, player two. So right now they start facing in one direction, but as soon as the game starts, they point them at each other. The program points them at each other. So I'll show you how that's done. Event editor. No, yeah, event editor. So I went down to movement where I set that up. And here's the commands. Let me see. Holding right here. Okay, so when Ryu, change which way Ryu is facing depending on which side of the enemy he's on. These are notes, okay? We run the check that he is visible, first of all, and that he moves like that red Setsuken. Don't freak out when you're standing on the kicking back, okay? So that means that's a spinning kick. So here's what happens. X position of the Ryu mover is less than the X position of the evil Ryu mover. So see, it's testing. Oh, and it also makes sure that the Ryu moving, the animation that of the moving one is visible. Okay. Also, it does the same thing for in case this is true. Set the direction facing to the right for both the moving animation and the combat animation. And it does the same thing, just in the opposite if the value is in the opposite value. Okay, so here's what it looks like. I double click on this, and I'm comparing X position to a value. The X position of the sprite. One second. Ryu mover, X position of Ryu mover evil right mover is less than the x position. We're comparing the x position of the Ryu move, the regional, the good R character, to the x position of the the opponent's character. Okay. Let me see how this is done. See if I can replicate it. All right. So we're gonna insert an event just so you see what it's supposed to go. All right. So the way it's done is x position new condition. We say the x position of this guy like this, right? Compare the x position to a value, and then we type in all that stuff that we saw over there. Now the way we do this is right click X, right click the Eve. I'm not this guy. I'm sorry. Let me see who's this. Evil Ryu Mover. Yeah, I would set them as different colors just so you know the difference. Position where we want to get his X coordinate. That's how it's done. Okay. So once we click OK on that, see how it's looking a lot like this. Okay. And then also we want to add, insert, that this guy is visible. And the reason we do that is to make sure that it's if there's any animations happening, when it gets to the point of when the movie just moving animations are what's visible, it sets it so that it flips the direction then, not before. Okay, so this you saw. I'm gonna delete this because I don't really need that there. This is what it's supposed to look like. So when the X of my character is less than, which is to the right, more to the right than to the left, then it will change the facing direction. I can actually break it just so you see what it does. Okay. Okay. Let me see if I can break. Alright, let me just break it just so you see what it does if I break it. So I jump over and I'm okay, but when I try to go back, I'm going to be facing that direction because I just broke it. So see, it's just that easy. There's really no trick to it. Okay, so let's put it back. I did Control Z, Control Z. Okay, and that is how you make it so that it changes the direction. And let me just show you what I mean by using these. Right now they're set up as invisible at the beginning. So we click on the properties, visible to start, so you can see it. There, see? There's a black box. Okay. Alright, so that's how to simulate automatic direction moving as it in ClickTeam Fusion. Let me show you just real quick. Let me invisible, set this as invisible. Okay, so another thing to show is how Ryu doesn't land directly on top of his enemy. That's this one here, same thing. It checks for objects standing on ground. First of all, enemy, I think it is. It checks for the enemy movement object. Right, it checks the enemy and that you're facing. It checks for both directions, and that if it's overlapping, what it does, it switches the direction, and not overlapping. Oh, here's the one that pushes him over. This one moves the it gives him a little jolt in either direction, in case they are if it's facing in both directions, in either or directions, or if it's overlapping, which means they're going to be touching, it then pushes them away a little bit. Okay. These two force enemy from under Ryu start to jump over. So this one even moves the opponent in the opposite direction to push him a little bit. Okay, it's the same thing. It's just an extra little push. Plus, you can see here what the event requires. I can actually give you this file if you like. Give me an email and let me know if this is what you would like to see. This is pretty much it. From here on, here I can show you on another video what it's like to make Evil Ryu move. This is the code for Evil Ryu. Excuse me. It's very generic code. It says here to make Evil Ryu walk around a bit, and it's very basic and it has a few bugs. And you walk right through Evil Ryu when Evil Ryu is moving. So Evil Ryu here, every 2 seconds, it creates a random number, and then the random number tells what three things it can do either. What are the things? Change animation to stop, walking, or walking backwards, walking forward. Every 5 seconds, it decides whether to jump or not to jump. It doesn't really fire anything, but that's pretty much all it does. You can actually play around with this a little bit. Like I said, I can put this on a file and send it over to you. I don't remember exactly where I downloaded it from, but I do remember that it was free. So I can pass this over to you. Give me a call. Give me not a call. Leave me a comment. Let me know how you like this video and if it helped a little bit or a lot. Okay. This is Yomama from Yomama Gaming. I'll play this off a little more. I'll see you in the next video.